Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the real United States, and welcome to Connecticut. I'm sorry I look a little disheveled this morning, but I just crawled out of there. We came in last night, just after dark, into the Housatonic Meadows State Park Campground. And, well, due to some difficulties with road construction, it was a much longer travel time than we anticipated. We ended up getting here after dark, and so we had to set up the brand new tent in the dark. But we survived. We managed to get it set up. I don't know if it's exactly proper, but it kept us out of the weather last night. Unfortunately, we made some other boo-boos, and we weren't able to inflate our air mattress, and so we slept on the ground. So I'm feeling a little rugged this morning, but all in all, none the worse for wear. I think I hear Bev stirring around inside of there. I've been up for a few minutes, obviously. I had to get the camera set up, but we did manage to get dinner last night. There's a fire pit here. I'll show you in a minute. Beautiful river, the Housatonic River, right behind our campsite, beyond those trees, and mountains up behind the camera here. Just on the other side of the road, they kind of straight up. We'll see if we can get some pictures of those. First time we've been camping in 7 years. Life just hasn't presented the opportunity at the time to be able to do it, but camping is a very popular sport, pastime, endeavor, I don't know what you want to call it, here in the United States. For those of you that aren't watching this from outside the United States, I don't know if it's as popular in your part of the country. You might want to tell us down in the description. That would be nice to hear. Probably has been something that's been, well, popular in the United States always, but as a sport, and look at what's coming out, as a sport, probably really became a family endeavor, as a leisure fun activity sometime just after World War II, and has gained in popularity since then. Probably not quite as popular today maybe as it was in the 60s, but still a very popular sport, and people buy travel trailers and motorhomes and spend many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these. Our 75 USD dollar tent, on the other hand, a relatively small investment for the activity. Good morning, Beverly.
Good morning.
It's alive.
Yeah.
And looking somewhat less disheveled than me. How do women do that? I don't know. You know, they wake up just looking pretty. I woke up, I looked, I don't know, like I'd been through a dryer. But, see?
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, this is actually what you look like when you're, well,
This is what I look like in the morning. Get over it.
when you're our age and you've slept on the ground. But, that's okay. So, it's about, what is it, honey, 20-something, 30-something a night to spend a night here.
$27.
It's like $27 a night to stay in a campground like this. Now, this would be considered a rustic campground. There's no water hookups at the campsite. There's no power hookups at the campsites.
And it's also a state park. That's why the prices are that way.
Good point. It is a state park, therefore it's less expensive than a private campground. Now, there is a bathroom facility for the campground, a communal bathroom facility with showers, which is good because I'm going to need one before I go back on camera. And fire pits, you have to buy wood here. You cannot bring wood in. The reason is they don't want people bringing wood in that may have foreign insects or diseases or molds in it that would infect the local trees. That's something that's just happened in the last few decades here in the United States. Certainly back in the 60s, they didn't really care where you brought wood from, but probably after the advent of the Dutch elm disease in the late 1960s is when that probably started to become a rule in most campgrounds here in the United States. Other than that, you get a picnic table and a place to park, and it's pretty nice, very peaceful. Everybody seems to respect everybody else's space and everybody else's property, and there's no problems here. And that has been our experience in state pet parks throughout our life. So I'm going to show you a couple of the other things here, like the fire pit. So still looking ever so disheveled, I've walked down here. This is the view about 100 feet behind our campsite. And here you see in the background, this is the Housatonic River. It is a popular trout fishing river here in the area. Although the requirements are that you return the trout to the water without any avoidable injury. But just a beautiful, beautiful morning here on the Housatonic River. Not a terribly big river. You can maybe hear some of the rapids from it running over the rocks. Just ever so slightly off in the distance. Really, really beautiful setting. That's right behind our campsite, and this is a long park. If you look it up on the map, you'll see that it's a long park, so it runs along the stretch of the river. So most of the campsites, well, all the campsites are relatively near, and the ones, of course, on this last road are the ones that back up to the river. Just a beautiful setting, so it made it for a very pleasant sleep last night with the sound of the running, babbling brook. So this summer, 2016, actually for me marks the 50th anniversary of the last time that I was in the state of Connecticut. So it was the summer of 1966, when I was just a boy, was the last time that my family traveled through the New England area and were actually in this part of the country. So that would have been the last time I was in the great state of Connecticut. Not for any particular reason other than that life has taken me other places, other directions, and this is the first opportunity I've had to get back. Hopefully it won't be the last, because it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous place. here on the western end of the state for sure. So I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the real United States at the Housatonic Meadows State Park Campground in the great state of Connecticut. I hope you've enjoyed our first vlog from our New England trip and that you'll come along for the adventure as we go through the remaining states in this area and all the things that we are going to find, and hopefully some new things that we're going to be discovering that are surprises to us even. If you've got questions or comments, please leave in the comment section below. I love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. And as always, thank you for watching.